All right, let's do an MMT evaluation, though. You guys ready? Here comes Anatomy of a Fall. This is the latest Neon film, debuted at Cannes and was so acclaimed, it won the Palme d'Or, which is, of course, the best film in competition at Cannes. I've had this thing circled forever. I mean, going back to when it debuted in May in France, I wanted to see this thing, and finally, I had a chance to see it tonight, and it did not disappoint one bit. And the number one reason why this film is as great as it is it does something we don't get enough of in cinema, and that is ambiguity. We get everything spelled out for us. Every ending is wrapped up nicely in the bow. Well, guess what? This film doesn't. It makes you decide, did she kill her husband or not? That's not a spoiler. They've marketed that. I'm not breaking anything, some kind of embargo, that I am telling you that this film revolves around a novelist and her husband who mysteriously falls out of the top floor of their chalet up in the Alps that they are renovating. And then the whole film is about, did she or did she not club him in the head? And then he falls to his demise. And their young son is there. He plays a part. I don't want to get into all of the plot points of the film, because I think I've given you plenty right there. But the reason that this film resonates the way that it does is that you are left wondering the entire time, did she or did she not murder her husband? And that is awesome, because we don't get that very often. Even at the end, we don't get resolution. How many films have I told you that I love that don't end how you want them to end? You go back, two of them I always bring up. Up in the Air. Why Up in the Air is truly a fantastic, borderline masterpiece for me. When you go back and you look at why that film is as great as it is, so many reasons, because it's the film of the time. He's going around firing everybody when the economy's going to hell. There's that. But the real reason I always come back to Up in the Air, and it's a small thing, but it's a massive thing, is at the end of the movie, when George Clooney goes to visit what's her name from the Conjuring universe. He goes up, knocks on the door. She answers, and she's like, I told you never to come here. And you're like, oh shit, what's that? She's married, and they don't end up together. How fantastic is that choice? I love that. Then you go to a La La Land. Everyone, La La Land, the songs are not fantastic. The songs from Greatest Showman so far superior to the songs of La La Land. Sing a La La Land song for me. Sing it one, just one. Give me one La La Land song. Go. Sing me a Greatest Showman. This is me, right? Boom. There, you already have it. This is me. And there's plenty more. Never enough. So many. That soundtrack was so big because the songs were so great. But why is that film so masterful? Because at the end, Emma and Ryan don't end up together. And it's within that sadness that you find the heart of the film, because you realize that they didn't end up together, but yet they both achieved what they wanted to achieve, but they couldn't do that together. That's why the film is so incredible. And that's why a film like Anatomy of a Fall is so much stronger than many of the films you see, because of that ambiguity, because it's not tidy. It doesn't finish how you want it to finish, and that's awesome. Here we go. Directorial choices throughout the film. When you look at what Justine Triet does here, that's the first film I've seen from her. When you watch a very skilled director in action, you see things like edits that all of a sudden are literally the definition of perfection. As this film starts to finish, there's a scene where the son is discussing something that his father told him. And the way that is executed and edited is one of the best scenes I have seen this year in cinema, no question whatsoever. And throughout the film, you're left with that very minimal direction, but the choices are chef's kiss. And then we have Sandra Huller, who is the lead here. if we are not talking about Sandra Huller as a Best Actress top 5 at the end of this year, when we get ready to start slotting for the Oscars, if Sandra Huller is not included in that top 5, we are doing it wrong. Now, I do understand. I have other films to see, but I can tell you, after you watch a performance that's at this level, there's no way that she is going to be out. No chance. It's that high. It's that strong. This is a 9.5 out of 10 for me. Highly recommend. Obviously, anytime I get a score like that, I want you to go see the film. Go check out Anatomy of a Fall. It is limited right now. It should be in your neighborhood very shortly in the next couple of weeks.